say this is gonna be delicious. This is gonna be something that melts in your mouth. Very, very tasty, nice and tender. Tastes good. Today we're going to be making some goat curry. I got some bone-in goat cubes, come from Australia. So we got some imported stuff here on today. I got all my ingredients down here. I got my onions, my tomatoes, got my garlic powder, little sea salt, turmeric. This is chili pepper, and this is curry. This is what we're going to put in there for now, but as we cook the meal, we'll be putting a little bit more curry in it towards the end. On the stove here, I got my pots and stuff warming up. I got my rice on. We're going to have rice, and we're going to have green beans on today. I just want to get this curry goat prepared. First of all, we're going to open up our meat, and make sure you get this because, ladies and gentlemen, always wash your meat. Always wash your meat. So we're gonna first of all just pour it in this bag here. And one of the reasons why we want to wash it is because, you know, we got all of this mixed with blood and stuff like that. So you want to wash your meat thoroughly. So let's get down to business with this. I'm just going to flip it a couple times and get it all washed up. You see that blood right there that's in the water? That's what we want to get out. This is imported meat all the way from Australia. So we're going to get this out of here. I'm going to wash it a couple different times because there may be a little bit more blood that comes out of it as we mix it. While we're here, I'm going to talk about my new cookbook. I got a new cookbook that's out. It's been out now for about a year, but it's still new to a lot because a lot of people don't know that it's even out. So this is going to be it for washing. If it's real wild, you can add a little bit of benefit to it. And but this is imported, so it's wild, but they did do some stuff to help get it ready. Okay, now that that's all washed, while we got that washing, I'm going to put my tomatoes and my onions in the hot grease over here. I got a little bit of hot grease. It's already hot. Tomatoes, let's go in there, and we're just going to let that simmer. And let me slow it down just a little bit. I got my rice on over here and my green beans. So we got a medium onion, and we got 2 whole tomatoes that's in there now. So now I'm just going to take all of my ingredients. This is a tablespoon of garlic powder. This is a half a teaspoon of kosher salt. Then I got my turmeric here. Then I got my chili powder here. And last but not least, this is my curry powder. So we're going to get this all in here. We're going to mix it all up real good. And you can season it the way you see fit to season it, but this is curry chicken. So we're doing curry chicken on today. We're going to get this all mixed up. And we're going to let it sit for a few minutes while my other ingredients is over there cooking. Make sure you always wash your hands. In this case, I'm just rinsing them because I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of stuff and mixing it as I go too. Now a little bit later on, we're gonna put another teaspoon of curry powder in there, and we're gonna make this a gravy. And this goat will be able to pour it over our rice. Right now, I'm just gonna stir up my stuff over here. You want your onions to get a little bit brown. You want your tomatoes in here to get soft. So we let that cook, and then as it gets soft, then we'll take those tomatoes and we'll kind of mash them up for them to form a gravy for me. So while we got this is my meat that I'm cooking for my green beans, and then this is my rice over here that's getting ready to come to a boil. I like curry and rice. A lot of people eat curry with potatoes and things like that, but I like mine with rice. We got a little bit of cilantro here afterwards. That's to kind of give it a pretty little color to it after the meal is done. And you can see that those tomatoes are starting to get a little bit of soft looking. They got a little glazed looking look, and that's what you want with those tomatoes. But while we're here, I'm going to show you my book here, and it's called "Having Fun Cooking with a Twist." Down here at the bottom, and then it says "Having Fun Cooking with Chef Keep It Real." As you know, I'm Chef Keep It Real. I got bigger and better things that I'm doing this year. I kind of combine my cooking and my talent for building. I'm a builder also. I'm a carpenter. I build things. I got some great content stuff that's getting ready to come up here shortly. But this is my cookbook. It's nothing real big. All the recipes are easy to make. Everything, even the curry here that I'm making today is in here, but I'm using goat meat today, and here is chicken meat. You can use shrimp, you can use any type of beef, you can use the chicken, as I say. I've even made curry pork chops with sliced up thin cut pork chops. It's a variety of things that you can make curry out of. But this is the cookbook once again. It's in the stores right now. It's in Amazon, Barnes & Noble. You can get it online, wherever books are sold. So support me. This is me, Chef Keep It Real, cooking with a twist, having fun cooking with a twist. So that's the book right there. We're gonna stir our tomatoes a little bit. They're getting soft now. They're getting real soft. And then this is the point really where we can add our meat to it. The meat is not going to take long. And when I say this is going to be juicy and tender, we're going to make it with a little bit of a gravy to go with it. And now I'm getting ready to add my meat to it. And we just put it in there. And we stir it occasionally as we go. We're talking about something good and tender. This is going to be good and tender. Get all my ingredients in there. And then as we cook it, we're going to go ahead and get this thing stirred up real good. Then I'm going to cover it with a top. But let me stir it around a little bit first. Get all that some tomatoes and onions and stuff, get all that stuff combined. And what's going to throw this over the top is when I make that gravy, and that gravy is going to simmer. This meat itself is going to make a little bit of juices, so I don't have to hardly add any water. And you're just going to let that, cover that and let that run. In the meantime, I'll get my curry powder out. And this curry powder is organic Indian curry powder. Organic Indian curry powder. I normally do a little bit of ground red pepper in it to give it a little kick, a little spice, but you don't have to do that. I didn't add none at the beginning, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and add me a little bit to it just to give me that kick that I like. I like mine to be just a little bit spicy. This is also some curry too that I like right here. This is golden curry. This is Chinese curry. So I add a little bit, one little cube of that in there with it to give it a nice curry taste, and that'll help thicken it up also. So I just stir it up. You can see it here right now that the juices are starting to come in. The juice is starting to come in, and it's already smelling good. I'm gonna add just a little bit of water to it, but I want that meat to cook a little bit, and I want that meat to get a little bit of brownness to it. So I'll turn my fire up just a little bit because I wanted to get that charred taste to it. Nothing burnt, but just a little bit of brownness to the meat. And while we're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead, and because the curry ain't gonna take too long, I'm doing some frozen string beans. I ain't trying to do nothing fancy or none of that, so I'm just doing some frozen string beans. I got my rice on over there. I like mine with string beans, and I like it with rice. These are cut. All right, I let this simmer for about 5 or 10 minutes here. As you can see, you see all that juice that's already got gathered in there. Now I'm getting ready to, I told y'all earlier that I was gonna add some more curry powder to it, so I'm adding more curry powder to it because you really, really want that curry to pop. Stir it up, and then I'm gonna turn this down to a slow simmer, and it's gonna that juice is gonna even get thicker. And boy, while I'm preparing this, I got some new products coming out. I got some t-shirts and aprons and different things like that that's getting ready to come out, and they'll be for sale. Might run some specials. If you buy this or buy that, you get the book free or something to that extent. But I got all that stuff that's getting ready to come out. I can't wait for y'all to see my building project that I'm starting off. I love to do carpentry work. As we know, the Bible lets us know that Jesus was a carpenter. And guess what? Jesus in me is a carpenter. So I like to build things and do things. I've built all types of stuff. I've built podiums, I've built walls, I've built planters, I've reupholstered, I've done a whole bunch of stuff. So you're gonna get a chance to see a different side of me too. This is gonna probably be the first station where you're gonna see somebody that can cook and somebody that can build. Ladies, let me tell you something. The guy that you choose, or that chooses you to be your husband and chooses you for a wife, guess what? He need to have one of those traits. He either need to know how to cook, or he need to know how to build something, and keep that income coming in. Because if you cook, you got a lucrative income. And if you can build, guess what? You got a lucrative income that can come in, always having a form or a way to make some type of money to support the family. So find you somebody that can cook and somebody that can build. I can do both of them, so my wife was really blessed. I'll show y'all this curry here in a few minutes. Oh man, this curry is almost there. Y'all look at it, look good. You ought to be able to smell it from your end. This is smelling awful good. See that gravy is starting to thicken up there a little bit, and that's how I like it. Still got a few more minutes to just let it simmer, because I want this to be to the point where it's falling off the bones. And my rice right here, as you can see it, I got the perfect white rice. And guess what? The rice is also in the cookbook to tell you how to get the perfect white rice where every morsel, every grain, it can be seen out of it. So that's even in the cookbook, because a lot of people don't know how to make rice. They make rice gummy. It's all in the timing. It's all in how long you cook it. You can't overcook it. If you overcook it, it's going to turn mushy. And if you undercook it, it's going to be hard as a brick. So you got to cook it just right. In this cookbook, once again, it's got the recipe in here for the perfect white rice. It's got all types of pictures in here of food. There go the rice right there with butter on it. I got it in there. So it's the perfect white rice. And a pro tip, if you want some real good rice, take you a couple caps of lemon juice while your rice is cooking and put you some lemon juice in there. You can also use lime juice if you want to, but it comes out perfect every single time. You know what, y'all? I forgot to show y'all what I got in my green beans. This is a turkey, smoked turkey, the butt part of the turkey. And this is for those that may have a little high blood pressure or something and don't like pork. You can buy this smoked turkey, and it's just like putting a ham hock or something. If you like ham hocks or, you know, something to that effect. I like to cut mine up, and I cooked it already. I cooked it even before I put my water and my green beans in the water, and just pour it right back inside of the pot and let it cook for a little while. And that meat is already nice and tender and done, but I just cut it open for that juice to kind of marinate in it. And I got it on low heat, letting it cook. And my curry is still over here in the stages. It should be right there. Yeah. We got plenty of juice in there. That's a gravy. We got plenty of gravy in there. See that tomato and them onions? They make the best gravy. I got one of them fusion skillets that heats up evenly, so everything is being cooked evenly. And when I say this is going to be delicious, this is going to be something that melts in your mouth. While we letting that curry cook, I'm going to go back a little bit of old school on y'all folks, and I'm going to play some Pac-Man. Everybody back in the 80s and 90s loved Miss Pac-Man, so I went out and bought the game, and I love to play it myself. You know, just to kind of pass time away while I'm letting that gravy cook in there. I tested a little bit ago, and it wasn't tender as I wanted it to be, so I'm gonna let that gravy cook a little bit more with that goat, and then I'll go back. But in the meantime, I'm gonna play a game or two of this Miss Pac-Man just to kind of pass the time away. Don't get jealous if y'all can't play like me. So I normally do pretty good. I made it to the chase, y'all. Well, got 50,010. Let me go check this curry again. Man, that smells good. My curry is done. My goat curry. As you can see, it's a nice thick gravy. My meat is nice and tender. Already got everything plated up and ready to go with my taste test. And like always, I like to get me a nice cold drink of my Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is my favorite drink. Just a little small can of it. Now we're gonna taste this and see how tender it is. Let's go with a piece like this. Very, very tasty, nice and tender. Takes a little bit of this life. And that, folks, excuse me for talking with my mouth full, but that is curry goat, and it tastes good. It's not too spicy. Like I say, you can add red pepper to it if you want to, but this is the finished product and it's very good. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on the next go around.